come home, boys. While you were off fighting the crazy Germans, a couple things changed here on the home front. For starters, we're no longer in depression. Woo! Boo, boo, boo. Alright. Our economy shifted from making luxury items to making items to ensure you guys' safety out there on the field. Tanks, guns, parachutes, and the like. You know, you name it. This and all the $258 billion we borrowed, we're gonna regret that. Help lead our economy in the right direction. All this money allowed women and children who stay behind and work to go out and spend the money in other places to kickstart our economy. Confused? Well, you should be. As I said before, women are now in the workforce. While you all were out fighting those crazy Germans and killing all of them and winning us a war, we needed extra hands here at home to make the equipment to make sure that you killed them. So we let women into their factories. They made your parachutes, your tanks, your jeeps, anything that you needed to make sure you won this war. Yes. Yes, fellas. The Thompson submachine gun that you love firing, that was made by a woman. How do you feel now? Now don't come back thinking we didn't sacrifice anything here on the home front for you. We had some hard times back at home. We had to ration everything. See this? See that? You know what that is? Of course you don't. It's a ration ticket. See, here on the home front, we had to make sure everyone got an equal share of what was left. And that was not a lot at all, because we were sending it all your way to make sure you could defeat those crazy Germans and not starve. Anyways, another thing that might have changed since you boys were gone is the OPA was created. It was created to make sure everything got rationed equally. Oh, rationing. How I love you. After all this rationing and all the jobs that they had, people had extra money to go spend places. But since the shift to wartime production, there wasn't much that we could spend it on. We couldn't spend it on new cars. They were all going over to you guys. We couldn't spend it on new toys, because the toy factories had changed to grenade factories. We couldn't go spend it on buttons, because the button factories had been created into ammunition factories. So instead, popular culture kicked in. We started going to baseball games, started buying more books. We had to read for fun. Okay. Now, let's face it, guys. This wasn't just a white man's war. There are tons of African American units out there fighting the same soldiers that you were fighting, shooting the same guns you were shooting, and using the same ammunition, even the same grenades, the same everything. So, you might not be surprised to find that when you come home, segregation is being fought even harder than normal. There was a WV campaign started by James G. Thompson, which is WV stands for Victory Over Axis and Victory Over Prejudice. James G. Thompson and a bunch of other guys are using this campaign to fight segregation and get it out of the way and just say, poof, disappear. Another thing you might be surprised to find is something called CORE, Congress of Racial Equality. Started by guys like James L. Farnan Jr. and George Hoser, guys like that. Out there also for racial equality. So, this is an obvious punch to the groin. Why don't you just stop the racial segregation? They've been fighting the same wars you've been fighting for years. And now they have to come home and fight the same wars? I think not. I mean, we let African American women work in the factories while they were out there shooting the same wars, just like our women were. We're all the same. Let's just bring it together, and big group hug, and just end segregation. Just like that. Just bring it. Oh, right there. This is great group hugging. I like this. Thanks for fighting our war, boys. Be ready. World War III might be right around the corner. I mean, those are some crazy Koreans.